it's Jackie with the fancy front door. Let's go ahead and work on this base. But we're going color on color on color. This is springy. Spring has sprung. Okay, I'm just going to start chopping away. I've got about 2 3/4 roll of mesh. I really think that I only used maybe 6, either 4 or 6 cuts of this mesh whenever we got it in our Deco box 2 months ago, last month maybe. If you know me, I don't measure, so these are about, I don't know, 17-ish inches, 20 inches, somewhere around in there, maybe 20. Good squish curls. Woo. This is so pretty. I like that there's a little sparkle to it. Okay, so this is a 16-inch evergreen pine base. I love the Cruffle method, where you take the ends, it's a curl and a ruffle, where you take the ends of your mesh that could fray and curl them in like this. And then I walk the rest of it together. And then I have what's called a Cruffle. I didn't invent the method, I just use it all the time because I love it so much. So it looks like an hourglass, and we're going to take it in that hourglass shape versus the butterfly shape, in the hourglass shape, and we're going to put it directly down. Oh, let me take my top ring and put it up so that I'm not fighting these pine tines and scratching my hands. So look, it looks like a daffodil, right? Okay, so we're going to take this and put this straight down and then give it a little twist, okay? All right. And then I'm just going to alternate colors in here. Go right back and forth between the two. It's really important to take this and make sure that it's pushed all the way down against that wreath form so that they don't slide or flop around and everybody is secure. Yay! Okay. All right. Okay. We are just cruffling away, adding one right after another. I always put them on the outside first for a reason. The same reason that I take all of these pine tines in the middle and face them up versus out. Because I don't want to fight these Cruffles to try to get to the bottom. So this is the outside ring, okay? Now remember how we put these sticking up in the middle ring? Let's go ahead and push them down. So now they're ready for action when we are ready for them. See, now I'm not having to fight. See, the ring is all ready for me. Now I'm ready to put these in, and they're just sitting right here, and I don't have to go and fight all this to go get them. Okay, and the other reason that I put them in like an hourglass is see how it squishes those first two together like this. It makes it really full. And then it comes in here, and now we have a good, this, as soon as this ring is done, this will pop up here too. But it makes it good and full and thick. I have a good, nice, squishy base to work with. Ta-da! And that is how I make my bases. Let's go ahead and, we've got 3 large elements. We're going to have boots. Okay. Like so. Then we've got the sign. Move these up a little bit. Okay, and then a bow, which would probably go here. And that way we can put our largest elements in a nice triangle. First things first, I'm going to need to poke a hole in these to get them connected. That was really easy because they're rubber. And I'm going to poke 2 holes next to each other actually. And I'm going to run this through like so. And then back out the other side. Okay, so I poked 2 holes in the top of the boot and I put the zip tie through like that. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is actually, I'm going to attach these 2 together. That way there's no slipping and sliding. All right, I'm going to pull or push this Sharpie through like this, and let's go ahead and place this where I'm gonna want it. Okay, probably about right there. And make a little mark. That way I know where to put the hole in the other boot and line them up. I'm gonna go ahead and put this through here. Okay, it was hard to find where the hole was. Okay, here we go. Okay. Don't worry, I am not putting my hand behind this. I'm just putting it about to right here so it gives it some tension. My hand is not behind where I'm poking. Don't do that. Okay, 2 holes in there. Let's attach these 2 together. So it's going to go in and then come back out. Okay, so now let's zip tie these 2 together so they are bonded for life. All right. Nice and tight. They're not going anywhere. Cut the excess, and nobody will ever see that they're connected like that, but it gives us some extra security. Now down here on the bottom, I'm going to want to add, I've got a way to secure them to the top up here. So let's put another 2 holes right here so that it can connect to this part of the ring right here. Because these boots, you guys, they're heavy. This is definitely not a light attachment. Okay, so now we've got an attachment point here, and we've attached our boots together. So let's flip this over. This is the inside ring. We're going to take this zip tie and put it around the ring on both sides so that we can attach our boots and they won't get all floppy. Nobody needs floppy boots. So now we're going to need this cute little sign up in here in some sweet fashion. Okay, I can actually get away with bringing it a little bit off the sight line and probably attach it here and here. Behind the N, yes, and behind this flower. Hold on. What I'm doing is I'm feeling where these pine tines poke up, because right under there is where I'm going to attach it. And then setting the sign right on top of that. There we go. All right, now I don't just ever add these directly on and then call it a day. They do definitely stick better to these fiber boards than they do metal, that's for sure, because they'll stick initially, but once it heats up, they can lose their grip. So I will come through here and staple them to keep them on there, or you can use something, if you have more time to cure it, something like E3000 works just fine. Make sure that's good and long. Okay. All right. Okay, let's run this through here and attach it. Remember, it's just lightly nesting and resting. It's not squished within an inch of its life. I love this. Let's move on to our big old bow. Let's just make a real simple bow without tails that are so long they cover up our sign. So our bow's going to be up here in this area. We're going to attach it about here. So this is going to be kind of the middle. There's my ring. My ring's way over here. So it's definitely going to go on the outside. All right. Over here. So let's take our ribbon, lay it back, make a loop from back to front, walk it together. Okay. There we go. Twist that ribbon completely upside down and make another loop from back to front. Walk it together and just stick it right on top. Okay. And I'm just holding my fingers together. I'm not squeezing them within an inch of their life. Okay. Or remember, I wanted this first initial tail to stick up. So here we are. I'm going to start with my one layer up, lay it back, twist it, make a loop from back to front. All right. I'm going to make this about 1 inch shorter than the 4-inch. Twist it, make a loop from back to front, and I'm sitting these loops diagonal from each other where they're going to sit in the bow whenever it's done, okay? Make sure my loops are the same size, they're looking good, and then I'm going to come across with my next ribbon. I'm going back and forth with the tails on each side. Flowers and butterflies this way. Super cute. Okay, so if my tails are going this way, then my loops are going this way, which is the opposite of these two. So I'm going to twist it completely upside down, make that loop from back to front, and pinch it together and set it right on top. Then I'm going to twist it, make my loops back to front, pinch it, and set it right on top. Okay, now my tail is going to come down the opposite side. Okay, looking cute. Really cute here. Now last but not least, we've got our lavender. I want this tail going this way. Okay. And then this tail's going this way, then the other one's going this way, and my loops need to go this way. Okay. Twist, back to front. Making all of these 1 inch the same size. So this one's a little bit too big. I could even pull up this one across from it and make sure you measure as you go. Super cute. Okay. Twist it and make another loop from back to front to sit right in here. This one needs to sit right there. Okay. Lovely. Make sure they're the same height. We are looking good. Gonna grab a zip tie and put that right around the middle. Okay, now remember we don't need our tails too long because we don't want them to cover the sign. We're attaching it back here. So let's go ahead and trim these tails right above the sign. I think I'm just going to dovetail this, so I'm going to put it right in here. Looking good. Now, before I attach it, let's just do ourselves a favor and dovetail the ends. Tammy says fold it like a taco. Cut it towards the sunshine. This totally works every time because I don't know about you, but every now and then I cut a spear instead of a dovetail and it's frustrating. There we go. I actually may even need a good extension on this because I want it to sit right on top of these Cruffles. I also really don't want this to sink, so let me show you guys a real quick hack. If you think that your bow is going to sink into your mesh, because I am pretty convinced that this one will, because I am not attaching it to the middle ring, I'm having to attach it to the outer ring. So I am going to take a good old piece of mesh, walk it together, make a standard ruffle, and attach that to the back of this bow. That way it has a little bit more fluff to hold it together. No sinking, sagging bows. Here we go. Ready for action. Ready to grab this bow. Okay, so right here. Oh yeah. No sinking, sagging bows around here. Now let's zhuzh it up. Okay, let's go ahead and section these pieces off. There looks to be 3. So I say we put some in here. Probably one right about here. Maybe down here. This happens to be right where a pine tine is, and I'm going to wrap a pine tine like around in here to help it stay in. Yay! I want to add some glue to this to make them stay. And then let's add some natural. Let's go ahead and add some flowers. Add something kind of fresh. That's what we're doing here. And basically we're going to just kind of place them at different layers and in the same direction, flowing out to give some depth and direction to our wreath. And just have it kind of flow. I will come back here and glue these in shortly, I promise. Okay. Oh, this is so fun. Okey-dokey. Let me just pop in a few of these short, sweet, same color flowers, and then I will be done. Because there is a such thing as too much. I'm going to push these up and kind of cluster them together. And then anywhere where we've got like a big patch of mesh, I'm just going to go ahead and tuck them in right here. Yeah, here we go. Here's what we made today, you guys. How fun was this? I really, really love it. It's going to hang well, and I like what we've done here. I'm proud of what we've done here today.